Coach Peterson, looking back last week at Kentucky, you had some really good competition there. So what does that mean for your team to be able to watch those kind of athletes go at it?
I hope it's a motivation kind of moving forward too. Track and field's unique at the collegiate level because we can compete against Olympic gold medalists outside that are professional, outside the NCAA ranks. Even within the ranks, there were a couple of reigning national champions there and in the jumping events, and so the really good jumpers end up jumping by themselves, and so it becomes a showcase within itself. And if you're not, the two champions were vaulters, and even if you're not a vaulter, you should be watching that. And I watch what they do, how they talk to the coach, and how they react to certain things. And so it's our expectation as a coaching staff, the athletes are seeing the same thing. But it's really tough for the athletes too, not to be like, holy cow, that's an Olympic gold medalist, world record holder, and they just want to be a fan, and that's fine at the same time. But at the very least, we reference it as a coaching staff on Monday to kind of build off of it, and if the athletes that have desires to go that direction, great. Otherwise, let's just come out here and on Monday get better for this weekend's competition.
How does that help the team transition into the big meets left in the indoor season?
Well, it's a great way to start. We didn't come out with any individual champions at that meet because it's a high caliber meet. Across the board, the whole entire indoor season, we're going to Power 5 schools with great competition. It's our expectation as a coaching staff and a program to get to the point where we're winning MAC championships, and in order to do that, we need to go to better meets. So each meet is a stepping stone. It just gets more competitive, and even the size of the meets get bigger, and then we go to the MAC championships where the number of athletes go down, and hopefully with that the anxiety of the competition goes down too, and we just go there and compete. But going into the Indiana meet, it's another opportunity. Some of the athletes that we have competing are competing in different events, but if you want to be good in one event, you should have a range where you're good either going down an event or up an event, and we have a couple athletes doing that this weekend.
So one of those different events will be the 600 meter. So could you talk a little bit about that and what has you guys excited about the new event?
I get more excited about it because I've lived through some miserable experiences in the 600. So the bad part of me wants to see the athletes go through that too, knowing that I grew a lot from those situations. But our conference doesn't host that event, but the Big Ten Conference does. So when we go to Big Ten schools, we run it there. But it's a great training aid. If you're a 400 meter runner and you go up to the 600, you love the 400 because it's one lap shorter and therefore easier. Or if you're an 800 meter runner, you can go down to the 600 and it's a little bit easier. You can run a little bit faster, so that it preps you well for your individual events a little bit better. But again, it's an experience to go there and do something a little bit different, just to show you what kind of range you have as an athlete.
So what are your expectations for the rest of that sprints and mid-distance team this coming weekend?
We want to see, as a whole, the team, I guess, improving. I've really increased the training this week, and I watch stress levels as we go through the week. Normally, during the academic year, their academic stress adds into it, but since we don't have that, I've upped the athletic stress, and that doesn't bode well for great competitions at the end of the week. But knowing that it's still January, and we want to be happy in May, we can do that. We can overload them right now. Tell the athletes that, hey, look, you're gonna feel, I guess, not great going into the competition, but you still need to execute your event well, and you're gonna get good marks. And our window of improvement is much greater when we train that way. So some athletes run really fast or jump really high or far early in the season, and we have bigger improvements later in the season. So what we're doing right now is gonna play into that bigger picture.
Thanks, Coach.